You heard Jay say 58 because in April he would have been 58. April 8th was his birthday. Gary Edmund Carter, born April 8th, 1954 in Culver City, California. So he was 57 years old. He was diagnosed in May. You know, he started having very bad headaches and serious bouts of forgetfulness. He went and was diagnosed with brain cancer. He had a very, very aggressive form of brain cancer. The diagnosis was guarded at best. It was considered to be very much an uphill climb. He continued to fight, as Jay told you. If you saw the pictures of him recently when he visited his team, he was bloated dramatically from the amount of drugs he was taking to battle the disease. He tried to battle the disease and then obviously succumbed this afternoon at 4:10. You heard from his daughter. 57 years of age. And Gary, when I think of Gary, you think of Gary Carter, always clutch, always big home runs, always the smile, always the very aggressive, energetic play. I think of him obviously as an expo, but I think of him coming to the Mets and really, along with Keith Hernandez, transforming. And their leadership butted heads at times, we all know that. But those two, very different in their approach, but very much the leaders of that very talented team. Keith Hernandez and Gary Carter. In different ways, maybe, yes, but the kid was an enormous leader on that team and a very, very big factor on that team. And clearly, when he came to that team, remember the opening day, he was with the Mets and hit the big home run. And, and again, the 2 home runs and the 9 RBIs in the World Series. We played for you some of his thoughts when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, highlights and moments that you think about with Gary Carter. There are some that clearly come to mind, and you'll hear many of them throughout the evening and throughout the day as obviously the baseball world and especially the Met family grieves over the passing of the kid at 57 years of age. So I can't say that this is unexpected. We knew he was very sick. We knew since the prognosis that it was going to be a very, very tough uphill fight. So, but still, whenever the news hits, it hits very hard. And obviously, the entire baseball world and the sporting world, and here, in our city, where he had his greatest moments, everyone grieves for the passing of Gary Carter, way too young at the age of 57. And as I said, I think you try to remember the Hall of Famer and remember the guy who was a great leader and was a tremendous player and a clutch hitter, a lot of big home runs. I can think of many of them going back to his days in Montreal. But later years, he had been a little outspoken. He made no secret about the fact that he really wanted to be considered for the Met job. He thought that he should be considered for the Met job, which, maybe stepped on a few people's toes and stuff. But, he had a confidence. He wanted to manage. He really wanted to get back into the major leagues and do something there. He never got the opportunity to do that. Obviously, his health got in the way, but he did have a great Hall of Fame career as a catcher. When a catcher, a guy wears the equipment and, guides a pitching staff and leads the way he does and hits, 324 home runs, that's saying something. I mean, that is special. And obviously he had an enormously successful career behind the plate and culminating in what he brought to the Mets in '86 as they, went on to win a championship in that amazing, come-from-behind victory against the Red Sox. So Gary Carter passes at the age of 57. We've already heard from Jay Horwitz. We're obviously looking to get a couple of the Mets up there in demand right now. They're making a lot of the ones that know and the ones who have been reached are, obviously doing interviews as we speak. So we will touch on with a couple of them, get with a couple of them as soon as we can connect. We will do that in the minutes to come. But we do send our prayers and our thoughts to the Carter family, to the Met baseball family, and to everyone involved in Gary's life.